Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel.
It's been a while.
It has definitely been a while. It's been a few good months. We have good reason for it though, but thank you so much for tuning back in. We're excited to start things back up on this YouTube channel. We're excited to connect with you guys. And we're back with a really fun video today. So today's video is actually something that we get asked all the time.
All the time.
Which is, what is your advice for couples who work together?
Dun dun dun!
Yes.
Cue the dramatic music.
People that want to start a business together and they're partners, maybe they're married, boyfriend, girlfriend, and yeah, they just want to hear our advice. And we have lots of it because we've been at it for close to 7 years now. We're gonna jump right into the tips and stay tuned because the last tip is my personal favorite and I think it's the most important.
Let's do it.
Before we jump into the video, let me just let you know why we were away for 6-7 months.
For good reason.
Yes. Basically, back in April when we were doing our move-in to the new office, I found out that I was pregnant. So we had our baby back in December. He's now 3 months. So we're still very much in the thick of it, in the newborn stage, figuring it out, first-time parents, juggling the baby stage and juggling work. So it's definitely been a lot, hence the break. But like I said, we're now back with full force with new motivation.
Don't be surprised if you hear, him in the background or he makes a celebrity appearance. I'm calling him a celebrity for sure.
So without further ado, tip number 1. This is the most important tip that I always stress to anybody who is trying to start a business together or works together with their significant other. And that is have very clear designated roles. So before Carl joined the business full time, we sat down, we had a meeting, and we actually wrote out, okay, this is your responsibilities and these are my responsibilities. This is what you're gonna be looking out for in the business and this is my area.
Yep.
That way you really avoid two people muddling into the same thing together and trying to solve the same issues, having arguments, wanting to be right. If you have your two separate areas, then you can make executive decisions and it really is going to avoid lots and lots of arguments, and you can also maximize your skills when you have your area of expertise that you're focusing on.
That was just code word for Evelyn is the boss. And I just listen to whatever she says. Okay, she is the, she's the CEO of the business, and I'm here to support her efforts. No, but all kidding aside, as we mentioned, it's definitely important to have clear roles, clear responsibilities, so everybody understands exactly what they are responsible for and how they're going to be evaluated. Right? So obviously, the key thing for me or key thing for our team in general is make sure that you are a superstar in your role, understanding what you're good at and really focusing on that and executing to your highest ability, right? So we want to make sure to put people in the right positions to be successful, right? And that means all the way from the CEO down to our employees.
That way you're going to really maximize your talent in the area that you really know what you're doing and that your partner can fill in your gaps. All right, we made it through about 1 tip and he woke up. So he's going to try to accompany us for the rest of this video. You guys, meet Quentin.
Meet Quentin. Quentin, say what's up. Tell him all about your life so far.
Your first appearance on camera.
Tell him about your trials and tribulations.
Tell him why you don't want a nap.
She's like, I know you guys are filming something. I want to be a part of it. So we're gonna start things up with the little guy. He might chime in here or there with his opinions, but point number 2, choose your battles. This is a really important one, especially considering the husband-wife dynamic. There's a lot of things that kind of intermingle as it relates to work-life balance. So the point number 1 is obviously, having the defined roles. Within that, you have to make sure that you have a working communication throughout. So you don't want to act like you're always right. You want to have, open, honest communication, be receptive to feedback, and like we mentioned, choose your battles.
If this is an argument within Carl's domain, I'm going to ultimately step aside and let him make the executive decision. That's how we avoid a lot of arguments, and that's how we can always prioritize the business over my own opinion of wanting to be right.
This also goes back to just checking your ego at the door, right? Obviously, you're always going to think that you're right and the way that you want to do things is the correct way to go about it. But this is a partnership, right? People are going to have different different opinions, and sometimes it's better to collaborate on those opinions than to just think that your way of thinking is the right way to go about it. What do you think about that, Q? What do you think? What do you think? I think you're right. Yeah, she's right.
He's always right. Tip number 3 is work-life balance. Try to prioritize work-life balance as much as you can. Now, I have a caveat to this tip. If you are choosing to start a business or to work together with your partner, you have to accept your relationship is never going to be the same. You're likely going to have to sacrifice certain things. You're not going to have this like super romantic, lovey-dovey, marriage.
Lovey-dovey,
because you do work together. So your relationship is going to change. It's going to become a lot more like a partnership when you work on things together and you're trying to accomplish the same goal. So how we like to keep our work-life balance, even though the work definitely seeps into the life part all the time, is we do our best to, after work hours, try to not discuss work as much as we can, especially if we're going out on like a date night to a restaurant, or if we're like falling asleep, we're in bed, we're trying not to bring up work, to have that little bit of separation.
So this is something that I really needed to work on, right? I always have work on my mind, and I always felt, if something did pop into my mind, like why not bring it up to Evelina? She's wired a completely different way, where she likes to have her downtime, her meditation time, times where she's not really focusing on the business, because if she starts to get in that work mode again, her mind is going to continue running. So one of the things that I've learned is when I have an idea, when I have a thought, I just write it down and save it for the next day, right?
Yeah, and you have to know each other's personalities and don't think that the way you operate is the correct way to operate. Like Carl would always think, why can't we just talk about it now? And he had to understand my personality. I'm going to get too stressed out. I'm going to spiral out and I'm not going to be able to sleep. So you have to learn your partner with time and understand that you may operate differently, and it doesn't mean that one of you is right or wrong.
So the third one, correct?
Fourth.
Excuse me, no. The fourth one, which is really important. Make sure that you make personal times for yourselves, right? Me and Evelina are with each other 24/7. It's even more heightened now with this little guy that we're trying to take care of. Obviously, he wants to be in the mix all the time as well. He wants to be in the YouTube videos. Look at him,
Clearly.
right? He's trying to steal the show now. So it's really important that you kind of carve out that time in your schedule and say, hey, I'm going to go do a workout class. I'm going to go to yoga. I'm just going to go take a walk and clear my head, right? Or I'm going to go hang out with my friends and grab dinner. It's really, important to have those times where you can feel like yourself again. You're not really connected with the business, with your everyday responsibilities, right? So, once you are able to kind of take that space, you come back in a more refreshed mindset, right?
Yeah.
With you come back with more energy to kind of take on those responsibilities that we were just talking about. So, having that personal time is super important.
And you can't rely on one person to fulfill all your needs. If I'm already relying on Carl to be my business partner and my husband and, the dad to our beautiful son, I need to make sure that I have other outlets in my life where, I'm able to work through my own stress. I have other friends I can talk to, and just other needs that, I can meet by myself or with other people. So you're not putting extra pressure on that relationship that's already strained because it already has work and home life put onto it. And the last, fifth, and my favorite, most important tip in my opinion is aligning your values and your goals. What are you trying to accomplish with this business? Let's say, you work together or you're starting a brand new venture together. What is your vision for this venture? What do you want it to bring into your life? And is that vision the same? Some people want to have a business to just kind of fuel their lifestyle so that they're able to, travel, have flexibility, have, work a few hours and just be able to have enough income to support kind of like a fun travel lifestyle. Other people want to build a business to, have a huge success down the line, to be able to sell the business, to be able to grow it to huge numbers. And those are two very different approaches. And sometimes you just want to start something and you don't even realize that, oh wait, my partner wants to take it a lot further than I'm willing to.
Right.
And that can also cause a lot of issues because you're kind of working towards two different things and you may be misaligned on your goals. And I feel like that's a conversation you have to start early, which is hard because you may not know where this business is going to take you, but it's important to look inward and understand what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah, although it's a conversation that you do have early, it is an ongoing conversation, right? Things can change, the dynamics in your business can change, you know, every couple months. So it's great to sit down. For us, we like to sit down quarterly just to assess the health overall business. And, you know, any adjustments that we need to make based on that would really facilitate the understanding of, okay, what is the core I guess goal of the business, right? So having those conversations more frequently is something that we'd obviously recommend because obviously, you know, everything changes so quickly, especially in an e-commerce based business, you know, so it's really impactful to have those conversations. We are back. Obviously, we took a little hiatus like we mentioned in the beginning, but we love to hear from you guys in terms of other topics that you want to hear from us. We're going to obviously do our best to make this a little bit more regular like we did in the past. So let us know. Drop it in the comments, new topics, new tips that you want to hear from us. If you want a special from Q, we can work that out as well. He's definitely excited to be in front of the camera, so we're excited to reconnect with our community. And yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this video. We're so happy to be back and keep catching up with you guys. We will see you again very, very soon. And say bye, Q.
Bye, buddy. Say bye.
Bye, guys.
Peace.